Hey guys, I am Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. Today I'm going to talk to you about what is a hydrostatic test. Okay, a hydrostatic test is a nomenclature that is completely misused. So a hydrostatic test is where you use a hydrostatic pump and you actually apply pressure to a tank, a vessel, a pipe, anything like that. Here in Texas, TREC has put in the words hydrostatic test into a new home inspection procedure that has to be done by plumbers. A home inspector can't do it because you have to be a licensed plumber in order to get into the plumbing system. So what a hydrostatic test is where you pump that system up. Now, I have experience in commercial work, so I know for a fact that literally I've been on commercial jobs here in Dallas where we've hooked up a hydrostatic pump to a water pressure system that has been seal flossed and pumped it up to a couple of 100 pounds. I've done the same thing with a hydrostatic test for carbon steel pipe work out at DFW Airport, where I believe we pumped it up to about 250 pounds. Now, those systems are designed to withstand that kind of pressure, at least long enough for testing, but not for a long, long time. Those systems were actually operating. The carbon steel pipe at the airport was actually operating at, I believe, about 30 PSI. Now, a residential water system, let's start there. A residential water system could probably be pumped up to 150 pounds, somewhere around in there. It could probably even be pumped up a little higher. Solder joints actually hold very well. The problem is the angle stops, the appliances, anything that you're not going to be able to shut the water off to, or the angle stop itself, they aren't necessarily designed to withstand that kind of pressure. Now, TREC and one of the realtors here in town actually put it in their contract about a hydrostatic test, saying, look, if you perform a hydrostatic test and damage anything, you will pay to make those repairs. At least the realtor here did. The real estate agency, I guess. So what the deal is that's not what a good plumber does. A good plumber literally pressure checks the system, shuts the system down, and sees if the pressure drops. That's all we're trying to do. We do not need to overpressurize the system to cause a leak. We don't need to overpressurize the system to see if there's a leak. There is actually enough pressure in the system to let us know if there's a leak or not. Here in North Central Texas, we're probably looking at 80 PSI as the average. There may be areas that are a little lower. There may be areas that are a little higher. And I know home inspectors are pushing that, saying, hey, look, if it's over PSI, you need a pressure reducing valve. You know what, guys? We've been operating over 80 PSI for years. So back to the hydrostatic test. That's not required. It's not necessary. What you do is pressurize the system with city water pressure, which every one of y'all's houses is pressurized to that right now. Test that pressure, put a gauge on it, see what that pressure is, shut down the system and isolate it, and then watch it for 20 minutes to see if it goes down. If it does, there is a leak. Then that leads to leak detection, leak location, slab leak repairs. So many different things after that. But people, we need to get off the word hydrostatic test. Look it up on Wikipedia. You apply pressure. You increase the pressure with a hydrostatic pump. That's not what we're doing. This is a sewer water leak test. That's all it is. Now, on the sewer side of it, what we need to do there is literally go into your two-way cleanouts, put a test ball, fill that system up, and it's just like clogging it up, just like you've got a stopped up sewer. But we're doing it in a controlled environment. We're pumping up that ball just to block the sewer line. Then we fill it up to the top of the cleanouts. We may plug those up and pull a toilet inside to fill it to the top of the slab. We may put an extender piece in one of the cleanouts in the threads and extend it up to the top of the slab. because literally we want to know if there is a leak there. All we're doing is filling that system with water. Your plumbing system is made to hold water anyway. Whenever we build that system new, that's how we have to test it for the city, for the authority having jurisdiction, to make sure there are no leaks. Guys, all we're doing is representing a buyer who wants to make sure that there are no leaks under this house. Why is that important? Because leaks lead to foundation problems. Guys, all the plumber is doing is coming in, not doing a hydrostatic test. We are doing a sewer water leak test. We're trying to make sure that there's not a leak under the slab. Some people also want to run a camera through just to see if there's been any previous repairs. This does not cause any issues. People that will tell you that a camera will tell you if there's a leak under the house does not know what they're talking about. A camera may show a break. A camera may show a separation. A camera may show a major belly. A camera will show a lot of things. I really think the best way to do it, if you're a buyer, do a sewer water leak test and run a camera. Also ask that plumber to run the camera all the way out to the city tap. That's going to let you know if there's any roots out in the yard. It's going to let you know if there's any bellies out there. And what a belly is where the pipe does like this. And what happens is soft items, toilet paper, poop, anything like that can build up in this area. And guys, over time, your sewer that was put in like this can drop down and create an area where it can hold solids. That will lead to stoppages. It'll also show you if there's any roots or, like I said earlier, any major breaks. A camera is not a leak test. And I hate that because there's so many plumbers out there that have cameras and are saying, oh, we'll look at your system and tell you if there's a leak or not. Guys, they can't do it. They are pulling your leg. They're not being honest with you, and they truthfully don't know what they're doing. A plumbing test on a leak test on the water side is different. That's gauging the system, shutting it down, and making sure there's not a leak. I highly recommend a sewer water test, even a camera test. And if you really want to go far into it to cover yourself, maybe even a gas test, because there are gas leaks in houses that are small enough that people don't realize it, or they've been there so long they get used to it. And it's a small enough amount that it's not going to hurt them, but it's a possibility that it could lead to problems later, or just the fact that you're having to pay for gas that's leaking out and you're not using. Guys, a sewer water test, a leak test, you can call it a hydrostatic test if you want to. That is not the actual name because there is no hydrostatic pressure applied to it. These are very important and things I recommend for anybody buying a house. We've gone into houses that are not very expensive houses that needed $100,000 worth of repairs. We've gone into very expensive houses that have needed a few $1,000s worth of repairs. But whatever the case is, that minimal investment up front can save you tens of thousands of dollars later. And that is worth it. A leak test, a sewer water leak test, a gas test, even a camera before a purchase, guys, it's insurance. It covers you. We do that to represent buyers. And trust me, guys, it's really helped them out a lot. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Please, if you do, click on the subscribe button. Let us know what you think about them. Leave us comments down below. If you've got friends that you think these videos would help them out, these are great for realtors. These are great for any home buyer. These are great for anybody who wants to work on their own plumbing system and learn things about it. So if you like it, please click on the subscribe button right there. If there's things you want to know about, please leave comments down below. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we can do for you. Go check out our webpage. See what you think about it. We've got a ton of videos here. Subscribe to the channel. Like them. Comment. Share them. Let us know what you think. My name is Roger Wakefield with Texas Green Plumbing, saving you money one drop at a time.